you've got 6 kids. Work ethic was brought up as a part of the legacy equation when it comes to family. I'm curious on how 'cause you grew up in kind of an entrepreneur family in the restaurant industry, now in multifamily coaching. Um, how have you approached building work ethic with your kids to ensure that they've got the skills needed to also like do what you've done, build wealth and build a legacy?
I think the first thing that as parents, our job is to create a safe, happy, healthy environment. That's the first thing. I think the next thing is you want to make your children, as they grow older, give them the power to empower them to make the right decisions. My oldest child, she's 23 years old. She's not into building wealth right now. She's a Catholic missionary. So she went on her own route. My son is 20 years old. He's going to be a senior next year in college. He's actually switched to accounting. Invested in a few of our deals. So for him, it's a natural inclination to become an investor. We homeschool our kids, so we basically teach them what we want to teach them, and it's worked really well for us. And every conversation we have, it's about entrepreneurship, it's about business, and I blend the business with the family. If you see behind me, those 2 kids books, we write kids books with our kids to sell out to the public, and it's about responsibility. It's about long-termism. It's about creative caterpillar and responsible rhino going out there and doing those things through stories. And we actually have our kids in our videos as well. So it's all, for us, family life and business life to me is merged beautifully. Whether it was at the restaurant, when my kids would come and work at the restaurant, they'd see dad work in the kitchen. Some of them would be working up front with grandma. And then it's just into the Jake and Gino where they've been able to come to all of our events. They're part of our content. They know our students. And for me, it's been a great blend. And unfortunately, we've been taught this lie that the 4-hour work week, work when you want to. You really need to grind it out. And Chris, I'll tell everyone a secret here. When you finally figure out work and becoming really good at something, you don't really want to stop working because it doesn't become work anymore. I love doing this stuff. I love teaching. I love being a mentor. I love doing deals. Why would I stop now? It doesn't make any sense. I worked so hard to get to this point. Now, maybe I might not do some other projects or I might not pick some other stuff, but I enjoy what I'm doing so much. And, to answer your question, to come full circle in your question, I want to be a role model to my kids. I want my kids to see that work can be a lot of fun. Work can be empowering. Work is necessary to have a fulfilling life. You just need to figure out what your sole purpose is. My daughter at 23 years old, her sole purpose may be just to go out and be a missionary for the next couple of years and then figure out her next iteration. My son, it seems as if he loves numbers and he loves investing and he loves doing real estate. We'll see what happens with that. My daughter, she's a senior in high school. She's got to take that next step. And I'm battling with her right now. She doesn't want to go to college. I'm like, you need to do something. I want you to go to college, figure out your vacation. And there's things in life when you don't want to do it. As an adult, you're going to have a lot of those days. This is just the first start of becoming an adult, doing something that you don't want to do.
Maybe we can end it with this. I mentioned this earlier with Belle Allen, and it's something I've thought about a lot before. I don't know if you ever thought about this. So I'm sure you have thought about, hey, wouldn't it be really cool to have really gotten to know who your great grandfather was, grandmother, whatever. It would be cool to actually read a book that they wrote about their lives or watch a video. Well, your 5th, 10th generation, 7th generation down the line, they will get to do that about you. And it's like, this has never happened in human history before. So we're in like this unique position to create the content through our work, have that ripple effect and it be actually accessible to other generations. With that thought in mind, how does that resonate with what you're doing now, or how you're shaping your legacy for those in the family that they're going to look, or actually not even in the family, just people who are going to look back and say, who's this Gino guy?
It's empowering to think about. I've created something called a Personal Finance Academy to teach young adults about this. And I hope that my grandkids and great grandkids will be watching that stuff and going, that's still pretty relevant stuff. As what skills do you need? What habits do you need? What is money all about? And I'm also setting my life up also where I'm creating irrevocable trusts for the next generations. I want to be a Rockefeller. I don't want to be a Carnegie. All right? I want to live that. The ability to continue to fund future generations and say, grandpa was pretty cool. But I want the kids to be able to read, like your other guest said, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, all those books that affected me, and to be able to say, hey, grandpa was there. He left all this money. He created this amazing legacy. And I want to be able to continue to pass that on.